Hello, everyone. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, happy New Year, whatever the situation may be, whenever you're listening to this. Welcome to episode number 46 of Theme Park Workshop. Woo! Yay! My name is Bella, and today we have a good group of people on the podcast. I mean, the usual. We got Adam Johnson.
Hello, it's me. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
We have Kelly Hoffman.
Jingle bells, jingle kells. Hello.
Hi, Kelly. And then, drumroll please, we have friend and patron, Jordan Buster.
Hello! It may be cold outside, but I'm feeling such a warm welcome. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so excited.
Yay. We are so excited to have you here, Jordan. It's been a long time coming, but so glad this finally worked out. Why don't you give all the theme park workshop listeners a little introduction?
Yeah, hey guys. So I lived in Florida for about 4 years, which is how I met the wonderful Bella Harvey. I performed in the theme parks and worked in all three of them, all the big ones, for 4 years. I just did a Disney cruise contract, and now I'm back. I'm ready to just talk about the holidays. You can find me on my Instagram, jordan.buster, if you want to pop on over there. I'd be happy to have you.
Slay, Jordan Buster. And like I said, Jordan Buster is actually a patron, and I just want to give a quick shout out to all of our patrons. We have, drumroll, Landon Kanoki, Jonathan Edward, Jordan Buster, obviously.
Hit me.
Greg Harvey, Joshua Gonzalez, and Jen Harvey, who is our special $20 patron. So thank you to everyone. Really appreciate you, besties.
You're welcome.
But thank you, Jordan. But today we are here to talk about the other Christmas events going on in the Central Florida area. We have Universal Orlando Resort and Walt Disney World. There's so many offerings, so many things. I believe all of us have done most of all together, we've done everything. Maybe not everything, but
more or less, yeah.
More or less.
Yeah.
We've done a smattering.
Anyway, and by the time we're recording this, I'm finally going to Grinchmas in 2 days.
Hey.
It only took all season for me to get there, but we did it.
That's near the Disney Springs trees.
I did see those.
Nice.
I did see those.
Saw those as well.
But do we want to start off with Disney since we're talking about the trees right now? Since we're already there?
Let's go
talk
for
about
it.
Disney.
Let's do it. So, Jordan, you've gone to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Is that correct?
I did. Yeah, it was so much fun. I went with a friend who was performing in the parade. I went with his husband just to go kind of see him, and it was so much fun. I've been to the event once before in 2020. I don't believe too much has changed over in the event over the years. I didn't get to see the stage show this time around, but I saw it when I first went back then, and it was super, super cute. The Text Me Merry Christmas took me off guard. I didn't know that that was a thing, but it was super cute. The parade happens twice, and it is adorable. They have all of your favorites. They got Frozen, they got Toy Story, they got Clarabelle, who is iconic in baking the gingerbread cookies. They have the Candy Cane Girls. I think the most that's changed is maybe like characters on floats have been switched around because I know Vanellope is driving her own car. And if I remember correctly, I might be confusing it with Not So Scary, but I don't think I've ever seen her physically drive her car before. She did so many peel outs and it was so funny, very on brand, but it made me a little nervous. But and they have all sorts of different cookies and different restaurants and stuff. They have hot chocolate, eggnog, warmed apple cider. They got different combinations kind of spread throughout the park, so it's definitely worth checking out. And you get a cute little toy soldier ornament when you check in and you get your wristband, so that way they know you're part of the event.
I love that they started doing ornaments this year. It's so cute.
It's super cute. My mom did like a little hidden Mickey section of our Christmas tree this year, so like that ornament's hanging there. And then I say hidden, but it's like the biggest Christmas tree ornament that is Mickey shaped that they possibly sell. And that's put in the tree kind of towards the back too.
That's so adorable. I love that.
I do
Slay
too.
Jill. If Jill listens to this, hey girl.
Oh, you know she will. She was like she was like, send me the link. Jill, my mother, and Bella are very good friends, everyone. She was like, send me the
Besties.
link. It's not live, right? So we can listen to it, right? Okay, great. Okay, have fun. She was like leaving.
That's so cute. Also, asking the important questions. I heard they changed the cookies this year. They look amazing. How were they?
I think I only had two or three, but I thought they were pretty darn good. I had chocolate chip, sugar cookie, and then I think there was a snickerdoodle somewhere that I had, all of which
The
were very good.
snickerdoodle is my favorite whenever I've gone to the
Hmm.
Christmas party.
Oh, that sounds so good. I love that they're individually wrapped now. I think that's like a
Yes.
post-COVID thing because I will like literally get my bag filled with them. Like it's ridiculous. And then
Oh,
I'll eat them
yeah.
for days after.
I think they were the snickerdoodles, I feel like were always wrapped because the last time I went to Very Merry, I brought Naveen a cookie and then Flynn Rider yelled at me to bring him cookies. And so I brought him like a snickerdoodle. I brought him like options. And they were all like in bags. So I just like threw them in my bag and I was like, here you go. Here's options. It's 4 different cookies for you. Did you meet any of the special characters at Very Merry, Jordan?
No, I was mostly there for the parade to see my friend, so I wanted to make sure that I got a good spot. And his husband was already going like 5 times that he planned or
Yeah.
something, so it was super chill. They also have overlays for some different rides, like Space Mountain. We did do that. And they have a little Christmas overlay where it's completely pitch black, and they play the like hard rock version of some Christmas songs, which is so
That's
much
just
fun.
horrifying. That's
I know.
horrifying.
We did the People Mover, which does not have a Christmas overlay, but was enjoyable nonetheless.
I
She's
mean,
still doing.
technically, because of the Space Mountain overlay.
Yeah.
You right.
I love the music that they play during that. It's like the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, I think. And they
Yes.
like blast that. So good.
Yeah. We did the Haunted Mansion too, and I saw the Hatbox Ghost, but he was like covered up. He hadn't fully materialized yet.
He hadn't
Aw.
debuted yet.
Yeah.
He was still clothed. One thing I wanted to ask, did you go to, what is it called? Club Tinsel, whatever, where they have like dancers and stuff? DJ Arthur Rocker?
I passed by it, but I did
Passed
not
by.
spend an extended amount of time there. But I think I saw Stitch was out in a little Christmas overlay. I love Stitchy Boy. And then Chip
Cute.
and Dale were there. Yeah, I miss Stitch. We got very close when I was on my Disney cruise, and I miss him. Little Agent Chaos.
Aw,
Bestie.
that's so cute.
So I'm probably out of the loop on the whole Disney special ticket event thing because this is my first year being a pass holder for Disney. But I know with Not So Scary, they do the giveaways of the candy. Do they do that with the cookies and cocoa at Very Merry?
Yes, I think they are more confined to where they give it out. Like it tends to be in restaurants and stuff, like Pinocchio's Village, if I'm saying that right. I'm sorry, I'm not a Central Florida native. I may have worked for the company, but Magic Kingdom was not my home park. So Pinocchio's Village has like some cookies and the drinks and stuff. And then the in Tomorrowland, that little hub of food that's right by where you go up for the Astro
The
Orbiter and People Mover,
lunching pad.
they have stuff there too. Yeah. So it's not because that's you can't really put it in a huge tube like
Yeah.
they do, so it's kind of confined, but
Still
well
right
spread
on.
out.
With your ticket purchase, that's
Hmm.
oh.
It's so worth it. It's so, because like, ooh, I would just keep going back to play. Ooh, I would make so many laps.
I mean, we
Hmm.
had a special segment about hot cocoa a few episodes ago.
Yeah.
I need to know. I need to know
It's
because I'm like Team Bush, Team SeaWorld Cocoa, not really Team Universal Cocoa. Where does the Disney Cocoa, where's it placed with other Cocos?
Ooh. See, I feel like I like mine a specific way, so it's so hard to tell, but I would say it's pretty darn up there. I feel like the one I got at SeaWorld and the one I got there were like neck and neck.
Oh.
Maybe
Breakfast.
Disney changed their cocoa, because anytime I've had it, it's just like water. And I'm not that
Yeah,
girly. I'm not a watery hot cocoa type of girly.
same.
But the
The
cider,
cider's good.
fantastic. I didn't know they had
Mm.
eggnog.
Ugh.
Yeah, I am not an eggnog girly, so I did not try that.
I
But my
am.
friend's husband I was with had it, and he said it was really good.
Yeah, I also don't like eggnog, but I like that each place has a different drink. I
Mhm.
do like the cider, that's good. Honestly, like I went a couple years ago and I was wearing a lounge fly and I walked up to the lunching pad, and at the time they had ginger molasses cookies. I know they've changed out some of the cookies, so
Oh.
I don't know if they still have those, but it's like a gingerbread. It was so good, but it was soft. And I was like, "Hey, like can I have a couple of them to take home with me?" And the cast member was like, "How many do you want?" And I was like, "How many can you give me?" And they took the biggest handful. It was probably like 30 cookies. And they were like, "Is that good?" And I was like, "Yeah." This was like the end of the night. Like there were like 10 minutes left of the event. And I was like, "Yes." And I took all of them. It filled my entire bag. It was the best thing ever.
As
I
somebody that works
love
in customer
that.
service, I know the second you were like, "Thank you," and turned around, they were like, "Oh, thank God." Like they're gone.
So funny.
Oh, I love that. Did you have any of the like specialty treats? I've seen lots of like videos and like pictures of like these like meat dishes and like hearty things, and I'm just confused. I don't know what they are. Like I literally have no idea because I can't find anything about them. But like there's like these hearty dishes and I'm just confused.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't find
Okay,
anything about them even at the event, so I have
weird.
no idea.
All right. If any of you listeners have had some hearty dishes, share.
That's the poll for this episode. Have you had the hearty dishes?
I love that you know about the polls.
Oh, of course I do. Let me tell you, this is the best $5.
Jordan's our one voter.
This is the best $5 a month I've ever spent is being a patron for this podcast. It's so great.
I love it. If anyone's looking for Christmas gifts this year,
It'd be a perfect
you have the
gift for
Patreon.
Christmas. For Christmas.
$5 get your bonus episodes.
Just
And
saying.
video footage of them going through trails at Sir Henry's.
She's promoting our Patreon. We need to hire her
Better
for
than we
marketing.
do.
I know.
Literally. Jordan, you're hired. For what? I don't know, but you're hired.
Sick, I'll take it. Thank you so much.
Anyway, what else is there to do at Disney? Oh, Candlelight. Has anyone
Oh.
seen Candlelight?
I went.
You went. Who did you go see?
I saw Neil Patrick Harris.
Well, classic. How
Classic.
was this your first No, you've done Candlelight. You've
Yeah, I
performed
did
it.
Candlelight in 2013. 2013.
Mm.
Yeah, ages ago.
did
Then it was
Candlelight,
I had
too.
Whoopi Goldberg. She was our narrator. But this is my first time actually seeing it. What I didn't know is you got to plan like an hour and a half of your day to wait to see the Candlelight. That was a shock. Definitely ruined our living with the land plans, but no, it's a lovely show. It's a lovely time. Very classic feeling. I know it's part of the whole festival of the holidays thing, but I mean, I understand why they really haven't changed the show. And however long it's been going on, has it been going on since Epcot opened, like 82
Probably.
or 92? I don't know. I don't know when they
Long
started
time.
doing it, but I can see like why it's kind of stayed the course. The songs are great. I really like the arrangements. I have a soft spot for Rejoice with Exceeding Great Joy. Very
With
funky.
great joy, the mountain, the valley.
Say,
I
"Let
love that
there
one.
shine."
Star of most radiant night. Oh, let's not get copyright claim, but I don't know even how copyright claims work.
I did Candlelight for 2 years, and my favorite thing about that was during that song, I would look at the tech booth because they had a little dance that they did to the song. To be like, when they saw the star, they rejoiced with great joy, and they would like throw their hands up in the little instrument bit before we started singing again. It was so great.
Did you like the French song?
I did like the French
Il
song.
est le divin enfant. Jouer à poêle, nanana, musette. Il
So
est
good.
né le divin enfant, chantant tous en avec moi. Anyway.
I personally loved joy, 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 joy,
Joy,
joy,
joy,
joy,
joy,
Oh my
joy,
joy,
joy.
God.
joy.
Yeah,
I've
I
never
did
seen Candlelight.
It's really
Never
good. It's
I-
worth it. Just like plan 90 minutes of your day to wait in line for the show.
I wanted to go see Brendan Fraser so bad.
I know.
Me too.
It looked like he was a very lovely narrator. I wish that I
I
planned my
know.
vacation around him, but I did not, unfortunately.
He just seemed like he was gonna cry the whole time.
Yeah.
Am I crazy in thinking that did they bring the high schools back last year? Because they did not have them this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
I
Oh,
don't know actually.
I think in 20, because the cast choir used to be the tree, and then the
tree.
Voices of Liberty were in red by the narrator. When COVID happened, they changed it so the cast choir put on the gold, and we were where the high school choirs were, and then Voices was in the tree. But I feel like I've been back up in the tree since the first year that I did it, but they must not have brought the high schools back.
I don't think they did.
I don't think they did because my cast member friends have been wearing gold.
Same. All of my friends have been
Yeah.
too. Shout
Yeah.
out to the friends in gold. I don't. Yeah. Wait. Weird. Weird.
Yeah.
I feel like this episode is just like silly, goofy times. It's our last recording of the year.
It is silly, goofy times.
This is a made up week. This week isn't real.
Well, I have a
that's
silly,
what
goofy
Disney said
story.
when I looked at my blackout dates. This week does
Real.
not exist.
It's true.
Mhm.
That part.
And apologies for the sicky sounding voice. It's that time of year. I can barely breathe, but that's all right.
It's that time of year when everybody gets sick.
It's always tough. So I did Candlelight in 2014. I was in high school and I was singing, don't remember which song, but I felt a person's hands like coming down my back as they were passing out. And that was when I learned that people pass out during Candlelight. Probably not as much now that it's people who work there. They probably know the drill, but high schoolers do pass out. Do you know about people passing out, Jordan?
I just don't lock your knees, kids. As somebody that has done choir for my
Yep.
entire life, don't lock your knees because that exact thing will happen.
I was so obsessive about not locking my knees when I was up there. And we actually got told at the end of the night that we were the only school that day that had no kids pass out. And I was like,
Damn.
it's just
Gold
so
star,
funny to
10 out of
me.
10.
So, like, if you're ever watching Candlelight and there are children up there, watch for people to be passing out because apparently it happens. My parents were like looking for it. But it's funny because I've never actually watched Candlelight just because I'm bad at like planning that much time out of my day. I'll be like, I've sat in America before, like, you know, like with food and stuff, like towards the back, like not actually in the audience, but I've never actually watched Candlelight. I did other stuff at EPCOT this holiday season, but not Candlelight.
See, there's me that gets to Phantasmic 2 hours early. But when it comes to like Candlelight or a show like that at Epcot, I just can't get it right. Like, you will not catch me waiting in Epcot. No. No. But anyway, Kelly, what was your holidays like at Epcot? Please
Ooh, I
share.
was just there 2 days ago.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah, I've gone twice actually this holiday season. So, first of all, the food booths, the festival booths for Festival of the Holidays, delicious. What did I like the most? There were some good cookies. I really liked there was like a chocolate spice cookie in the Mexico booth. Was it Mexico? No, it wasn't. It was called I don't remember what the name of the booth was, but it was delicious. It was like over by like kind of test track a little bit further than that, but it was so good. And then gosh, what else the tree, the holiday sushi tree from Japan is always amazing. Just whatever like spices they put on that. I think it's just like nori seasoning and spicy mayo, but it just is adorable because it looks like a little tree and it tastes delicious. I had a pimento cheese that had like pickled vegetables and like toasted bread. That was good. Yeah. I don't know. I had a bunch of stuff. Those were like a couple of my favorites though.
Ugh, delicious. The
Yeah.
sushi tree sounds so good.
It's so good. I think it's
What
just a
kind of-
California roll with like nori and sauce, but it was so good. And it has a little carrot star on the top.
Wait, that's cute.
But it's green because the nori. It's so cute.
Yeah.
It's so fun. I did have that as well, and I did enjoy it. I also had the Wish hibiscus tea over at Connections to tie in with the new Wish movie.
How was that?
That was wonderful. I didn't care for the Japan boba, though. I know when, Kelly, you and I went during the last festival, the boba was so good everywhere we went, but it was such a tiny boba when I got the boba, and it wasn't like cheap boba either. I think it was more expensive than the really good boba. And like, was it China? I can't remember. I don't know what.
Oh, at the
It
tea
was.
booth.
Yeah. So last festival we got it was a passion fruit boba and it had like the tapioca pearls in it, but it wasn't a milk tea. It was like a regular tea. It was so good. This time I've had it before, but not this year. It was the milk tea with the black and the white pearls.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I don't know. It's not right. And
I
love
know
milk
exactly what you're
tea.
talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
It's just, I don't know what the flavor is of it. It's just like plain, but it's like also too sweet. And I don't like the white pearls either. It was not my
Didn't
favorite.
go up the straw.
I did not like
the straw
it.
was too skinny for it.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't even get a straw. Maybe that was my problem. Never mind. That was a personal error. Sorry, EPCOT, if you're listening.
Did you get like one of the coffee straws and not a boba straw?
No, I'm remembering now. I was just, normal sipping it, no strawing around, and the pearls, the boba balls, they do not fall towards my face like I wish they would.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, but I'm realizing now it's probably an ID 10T error on my part.
Has anyone seen the holiday storytellers in Epcot? I've seen videos of what's her name in Italy, La Bufana.
Oh,
she
I
seems
did not
so
see
cool.
her. She does seem cool. I saw Father Christmas, my favorite, that's France. And then I briefly saw there's a Hanukkah storyteller right after France before Morocco. And that seemed really cool. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I was kind of getting food over there and I was like, oh, that's so nice. Let's see. Did I see anyone else? I don't think so, but Father Christmas is so cute. I just love him every single time.
I've seen videos. I've seen on Tim Tracker's YouTube. He showed Father Christmas and then La Bufana. Tim Tracker mention. One day he will be on this podcast. I'm just speaking it out into the universe. We're gonna have Tim Tracker as a guest. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Dream big.
Yeah. I love that Epcot does like different cultures and different places holiday stories. I think it's very fun. I've always wanted to see it. I think I've seen Father Christmas. I lied. I think I have seen Father Christmas in person before. But like,
cute. He's very wholesome.
He seems like it. I just want to like give him a hug.
It's definitely something I want to try to do next year when I can plan better. I always forget to plan around Christmas because I go so hard in September and October for Halloween that I forget that Christmas and holidays is happening. But the holiday storytellers, like the Lahain booth and stuff, like it all looked really interesting and something up my alley. But nevertheless, I did not plan well, and so I missed it all. But hey, 12 months in a leap day, I'll be there.
Speaking of things you missed, Adam, I'm so sorry. The glittering greenhouses at Living with the Land. I loved it. So I did it twice. I did it at night and I did it during the daytime. And actually it was great both times. I think because I did it at night the first time because I thought it wouldn't look good during the day. It still did. So and it was an overcast day, I guess, to be fair. But if you're ever wondering if you should do it during the day or at night, it's cool at night, but the lines get way longer at night. So if you're better planning to do it at the day, I didn't really think there was anything missing by doing it in the daytime, especially if it's like a cloudier day. But it was very cool. The lights were beautiful. There were a ton of lights. If no one's done it before that's listening, there's no changes to like the narration or anything like that. Actually, I think they might have a couple of mentions of some of the like festival stuff. They do. So there's minor changes to narration. Like they talk about like, you know what? Actually, the narration was different. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said that. It's the same narrator though. Which I love the narrator there. And the stuff in the beginning and like the, you know, of course he still says we're truly living with the land, but when they're talking about the plants, he mentions a couple of things like, oh, you know, do you like eggnog? This is the spice that's responsible for that. And we're growing it here at EPCOT. And like they kind of tie in stuff that they're growing for the festival, which is cool. So that was fun. But the lights are beautiful. I really liked it. They had these cute like little snowmen and stuff and like other decorations. They really went all out. So I would definitely prioritize it next year when you go. Anyone who's listening, Adam for sure. It's just it's really nice. It was beautiful and my parents were really excited about it too. My mom was like, I don't want to go on Living with the Land. Like I've seen it before, which I know I love Living with the Land. I could not believe that. I go on it every single time. But like any season. But I told her, I was like, no, you don't understand. Like you're gonna want to go this time because she didn't know about the lights and she was like, oh my gosh, I didn't expect that.
I love that you reiterate that one, that Living with the Land is peak, but number two, that the holiday overlay works in the daytime or when the sun's out, because that was our issue. We were going to do it during the nighttime, but then we missed the first show of Candlelight, so we waited for the entire second show of Candlelight, and then the show itself is an hour long, and so we didn't have time to get over to Candlelight, so we just did Impressions de France, which, if you want to make your holidays better, Impressions de France, go see that show. But anyway, no, I'm glad. I'm going to remember that again. In 12 months in a leap day, I will do morning and or night Living with the Land instead of waiting the 90-minute wait or 60-minute wait that it gets at nighttime. Thank you for that.
Yeah, especially because of the waits, because the waits get crazy. And it was 5-minute wait when we went on it. We walked right on.
It gets a long wait during the day.
At night.
Or I meant at night?
Yeah. They want to see the lights.
Good for that.
I know.
Good job, Living with the Land.
I know.
Deserved. I've never seen it with the lights, so, you know.
It's cool. Well, so the first time that I went this holiday season, I had not seen the glittering greenhouses. So that is a hard pair of words to say. So I was like, okay, we're going to go on it at night. Like we're going to do it last. And we got really busy in the countries and everything like that. And I was like, it is 7:58. Like we're not going to be able to go. The park closes at 8. And then, or 9, it was 8:58. I was like, the park closes at 9. We can't go. Park was up until 9:30. Had no idea. And so I was like, we have 30 minutes. We are at Journey into Imagination. Let's go. So we made it. And the line, we had a DAS, so we were able to, you know, we had already had the return time. We just didn't know that we were going to be able to make it. And then we made it. And I was so excited because I was like about to ditch my family for this ride. Like I was going to be really upset. But then when I went on it during the day with my family, I was like, gosh, because we went with my husband's family and then we went with my family. I was like, gosh, I really hope that my parents have a good experience. I have no idea what this looks like during the day. Like, do they even have the lights on? But they do. And they looked great. And I didn't even notice really a huge difference. So 10 out of 10, any time of day.
Slay. So really, most of everything that we did was in Magic Kingdom and Epcot. Is that correct? So
But what about the tree stroll?
Oh, did anyone complete the tree stroll? Kelly,
did.
You did.
I did. Twice, actually.
Overachiever.
What?
I know. 2 families, two Christmas tree strolls.
Did you just pretend to not know where they were the second time around? You're like, where did this get here?
How do you read maps?
No, I let my parents lead the way the second time. I was like, lead the way, I will follow. No, but it was really fun. The first time I did it with just my husband and I, and it was a really cute date night. We went at like 8:00 at night. It was dark and everything was like lit up and beautiful. I liked seeing them at night. Like that was cool. So we kind of explored and just walked around. It was very busy. It was a Friday night, I think. So it was very busy, or Thursday night. I don't remember, but it was beautiful. My favorite was, spoiler, but my favorite was the Nightmare Before Christmas tree. I loved that one so much. There was a really cool Haunted Mansion tree as well. but it's cool because you walk into any store. What I personally did was we went into Planet Hollywood to pick up the map, and we went to City Works at the end to show the map and get a button. You get a free button at the end. So it's all free, which is cool. But that's what we did. There's a couple of stores on Google. I just Googled it and it told me where I could pick them up. But those are the two that we went to. You could go to either of them to pick it up or return it. But it was awesome. You get these stickers and you just put them in the spaces where you find the tree. They were all over Disney Springs. So I remember what it used to be like, one trail all the way in the back, and you'd like wait in line. And I did love that. But this is cool too, where you're going all around. Something my mom took advantage of was that you get discounts in some of the stores if you're doing this. So if you have the map or if you have the button and you show them, you'll get discounts. So I know my grandma got 15% off. She got one of those little like crystal Mickeys from, I don't remember what the store is called, and it was so cute. And then she got a matching Minnie Mouse in the store that's next to the Three Caballeros ride, Grand Fiesta Tour. So that was cute. Not a discount on that one. She was like, I feel like he needs a friend. But discounts on a bunch of places for food and merchandise at Disney Springs if you do this. And then when we completed it, I went to CityWorks and I was like, okay, here's my map. Can I get my button? And the lady was like, oh, you actually have some of those in the wrong spot. I'm sorry. You're going to have to, I can't tell you which are wrong. So you're going to have to go fix it. And I just stared at her and I was like, what?
Was it the 2 plane trees?
No. So we'll get there. So
Okay.
I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, yeah, like some of them are wrong. And I'm looking at it and I was like, I swear I like double checked these. And I was like, it must be some of these. She goes, I can't tell you which ones. And her coworker was like staring at her like, what are you doing? And then she goes, no, I'm totally just kidding. I don't even know where they are. You're good.
Oh my God. I was going to say, because Tim Tracker got confused in his video. The two, like there's like a red standard Springs tree and like a gold one. And people were getting them confused. So that's what I was wondering.
I think I got them right, but it's just funny because she was totally messing with me. But before I went in there, I was like, Kevin, wouldn't it be funny if like I go in there and they say, no, you can't have it, you're wrong. And then she did that. And she did not hear me say that. I said that like before we even got close. So it was just so funny. And she was like, oh, I do that to people all the time. And she said, I normally tell them right away that I'm kidding because I don't want to get like punched in the face. But she was like, you seem to like be really going for it. Like, so I just kept going.
Wait, that's funny. She's kind of an icon for that. Like,
she's kind of a legend.
Queen behavior. Period. What does your little button look like or say? Like, what's on it? Is it just like a button?
So it says it's a blue button and it's got like these cute white graphics on it. And it says Christmas tree stroll presented by Advent Health.
Slay Advent Health.
Yeah, it's cute. It's a nice little free like thing to take home, and it's cute to wear it and be like, look, I did this thing. It's nice.
I still have my 2 buttons in my jar of loose change.
Oh,
Fun buttons. Fun maps. How's the tree quality this year? Because I feel like we've kind of had some diminishing returns over the past couple of years.
I miss the tangled tree. That's all I'll say.
I feel like they were pretty good this year. I feel like the only one that I was like, yeah, like okay, like the what was it? The DVC tree. I was like, yeah, all right, DVC, you know, like it was like a lot of like logos. I mean, I guess they had some stuff for like the hotels, but I was like, the pass holder tree was okay, but it was kind of similar where it was like very like pass holders. And the Disney Plus tree, I was like, Disney Plus logos, I don't know. So I feel like those could have been a little more creative. The pass holder one was all right. But the other trees I thought were very cute. Like I really loved the Mickey and Minnie tree. I thought the Haunted Mansion tree was very impressive. I loved the Nightmare Before Christmas tree. So for the most, actually, you know what? I was a little bit disappointed by the Princess and the Frog tree. I feel like that one, like,
it's been better in the past.
Yes.
It's been better.
I didn't even know what it was supposed to be for at first. And then after I saw the sign, I was like, okay, but there weren't really like a lot of like characters on it or anything. Like it was very like, it was more of a New Orleans tree. And I was like, all right, I guess, but I really wanted more. Like I wanted Evangeline. And maybe there was those details in there, but when the tree is so like tall and like, you can't go up there. I was like, the Star Wars tree was cool though. Actually, that was a good one.
I love the lightsaber in it.
Oh yes, I loved that too. But one thing is, each of the trees has a sign next to it showing you which one it is, and then it'll say a little quote. And I didn't notice the quotes, and they're like really cute quotes until like halfway through. And I made Kevin, we had to backtrack and go look at what all the quotes were for all the other ones because they were so cute.
What was your favorite quote? Like, what were I like now I'm curious. I didn't know that they did this.
Oh gosh.
Was it just
Now
like
you're
things from
putting
the
me on
movie?
the
Oh my god!
spot.
Imagine the
It was things from the movie.
The pass holder ones, like, thank you for letting us keep you blocked out of the park.
So those ones I don't think had quotes on them. I think it was just like the movie ones.
It's just thanks with a thumbs up emoji. Like,
thanks for giving us money.
Don't forget about your good to go days coming soon.
Enjoy Dinosaur while it lasts.
No,
stop it right now,
Adam. I'm gonna kick
Josh
you out.
DeMaro. Don't blame me. Blame Josh DeMaro, the rascal.
I will. Rascal.
Josh DeMaro is a scurrilous rascal for threatening Dino Land. I know we talk about this like every other episode, but it's still true.
No, the day Dino Land goes is the day we all go. Unfortunately.
Honestly. Goodbye, world. I'm trying to think. I think that the quote for the Mickey and Minnie tree was one of the quotes from the short where it's like the Christmas one where they buy, I know it's based on a different story, but they buy each other like the watch.
Mm-hmm.
The
the
watch chain and the harmonica box. I can't remember what the story is called, but it's like a classic story.
Yeah.
Where they had to sell.
I don't remember what it's called, but I know what you're talking about. Like Mickey sells his harmonica to get the watch chain for Minnie, and then Minnie sells her watch so she doesn't need the chain to get the harmonica box for Mickey.
Yes.
It's the cutest thing.
Do you know, Adam?
Yes. It's based on Gift of the Magi.
Yes.
And it's featured in the hit holiday classic, Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. Not to be confused with Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas, the first feature film to feature CGI designs of the characters. But no, Once Upon a Christmas, classic.
Wow. Classic. I love that one.
Once upon a Christmas time.
It's so good. Thank you for knowing that also, because I couldn't remember what it was called. But I'm pretty sure that was where the quote was from that one. I don't know what the quote was, but be much more impressive if I did. But if not, then I guess I just thought of that. But I remember like I looked at it and I was like, oh, that's so nice. And Kevin was like, oh, it's from that story thing. And I was like, I know. But yeah, it was really cute.
Slay. Well, since none of us have done any of the other offerings, I'll just like quickly run over them real quick. So in Animal Kingdom, we have the Merry Menagerie. I'm so sad that. Did you go, Jordan?
I didn't go this year, but I saw them. I think the first year it was a thing. A friend of mine was doing it, and it is so cute. It makes my puppet loving heart so happy. All the little penguins that just like waddle towards you, and there's the full body puppets for like the elk and the polar bear and stuff like that. It is amazing.
I love the baby penguin. That's my favorite.
I've never seen it. I've never seen them, and I'm so sad. I need to go see them. But we had that Animal Kingdom. We had the holiday edition of the Tree of Life Awakenings. Some, costume overlays for some characters. And then at Hollywood Studios, we had Jollywood Nights. And none of us went to Jollywood Nights, but our good friends Jay and Swell on Let's Slay with Swell and Jay, they did cover Jollywood Nights. And they had some really good opinions and thoughts on it. So if you want to listen to that, go over there. I wish we went, but
I wish we went too.
Kind of glad we didn't.
See. Yeah, it's too expensive. I have heard the general consensus being like, I have friends that went and they were like, it was really awesome, loved it, but for $200, I think it's too much money to spend for it. And I was like, that's fair. Yeah. Like, I feel like if it was like back in the days where it used to be like $80 for an extra ticket at an event.
Mhm.
I feel like if it was
those were
something
the-
like that, I would have for sure gone. Like if it was under $100, I would have definitely been there. But $200 is a lot to spend for a park that I go to all the time. And I really am sad that I didn't get to see the Nightmare Before Christmas musical show.
Have you watched a video of it?
Yes.
It's probably one of the cool. I'd like that over the Miss Piggy and Kermit show. Like
Agreed.
it is just
and they both
phenomenal. Yeah. It's phenomenal what they're doing with the Nightmare Before Christmas. Jordan, you look very excited.
I know the guy that made the Jack Skellington puppet, so I didn't get to see him, but I knew he was coming before it happened, and when I saw him, I was like, this is absolutely amazing. It's so funny because I'm from a very small little town in Oregon, and this guy, he built a pirate ship for a production of Pirates of Penzance I was in, which is how I know him. And then he built like the big lion that Katy Perry rode in on her Super Bowl performance, and then he does stuff for Cirque du Soleil. He did this like Jack Skellington puppet. So it's so random that all this amazing stuff is coming out of such a small little town. But oh my God, it's absolutely gorgeous. Madeline and I absolutely lost it when we saw that puppet for the first time.
Insane.
And the fact that you get to be so close to it during this sing along, like, I would pay under $100 to go see that puppet up close. Not the full 200. Not the full 200, but if it was like 80, 90, yeah, I'd be there just to see the puppet.
I still can't
and maybe
believe that
Duffy.
Yeah. I still can't believe that it's 200 because I think I paid around 150, something like that for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas with my employee discount. So that's wild that
My
that
first
tiny
Christmas
of an event
party
is 200.
My first Christmas party ticket was like $74 after tax and everything.
Wow.
And my password, like those were the good old days. I wish, but clearly we're never getting that back.
It's so
But
sad.
anyway.
I did get to see the Sunset Seasons greetings stuff though, like during the daytime. So I went to Hollywood Studios the same weekend I went to EPCOT with my family a couple weeks ago, and my husband's family, and it was really cute. I actually forgot they were going to do that stuff. So we were going to go on Rock and Roller Coaster, and we're walking up, and I like screamed. I was like, oh, look at the Tower of Terror. It's so pretty. And all the like projections. So we were going over there. We had a return time for Rock and Roller Coaster, and we were going to go wait with like a beer. So we were waiting in line for beer over there, and we were watching like the projections. They do some gorgeous lights. Like I love when they do those lights that like are the lasers over the crowd, and there's like a bunch of them, and it just has such a cool effect. So that was gorgeous. Of course, they have like all the decorations on like the lampposts and everything like that. And it was just beautiful. They did really cute projections. The music was great. They had Snope, which is my favorite. It was just very magical. So I got a couple of pictures and videos of that, and I was watching it like getting all excited. So it was like a brief little show, and it was just a cute thing to like hang out on Main Street with a drink, or not Main Street, oh my gosh, Sunset Boulevard with a drink and get ready to go on some rides over there. It was really cute.
Hollywood Studios at Christmas is just like the best. All the old decorations and the music, it's the best. But also, we have another part to talk about, and their Christmas festivity. I can't talk. We're gonna start that over. Jordan, don't laugh at me. Anyway, we have a whole other part to talk about with their Christmas stuff. So, I have not done Universal Christmas yet. I will be this weekend, finally. So, what have you? I know all three of you have done Universal Christmas. Christmas. I can't talk today.
I'll be home for Christmas.
I'll be home for Quizmoys. Yeah.
As long as you do Yule. That's the
That was good.
thing. That was their theme this year. First time putting a little tagline, I think. You do Yule. But I mean, what's great about Universal's holidays is not only do they have the special shows, so Grinchmas obviously is the yearly show. They do the holiday parade featuring Macy's. They also do the Hogwarts Castle show. It's back. It's been gone for a long time, and now it's here once again. But also they have y'all can't see my screen because this is an audio podcast still, but Earl the Squirrel, the boy, icon, not an HHN icon, but an icon nevertheless.
He should be an HHN icon.
Well, there was that video last year, wasn't there, with him taking out, unplugging Deadman's Pier, Winter's Wake.
One of your least favorite houses.
Well, you know, you can say that. You can say that. I wouldn't say that, but you can say that.
Your ranking says otherwise.
But yeah, so I haven't done everything. So I haven't seen like all the special garland. I haven't tried because they do have that like throughout the park. If you look at the buildings and stuff, they have garland and there's ornaments that are all references to past attractions at the park. So they have a Dueling Dragons ornament in Port of Entry over at Islands of Adventure. They have the Dynamite Knights Stunt Spectacular. They have a representation of that in studios. Hercules and Xena, Jaws, of course, like all the classics. There's like those references, and I need to like look closely at those because it's so good. But before we get into like the shows and stuff, like I always want to shout out the tree hunt. I love doing the tree hunt. I do it for HHN when it's the scarecrows or it was Little Boo this year. So I love doing the tree hunt both at Springs, but especially at Universal. And I love it because you get to just, as I said during the Halloween episode, you really get to appreciate all the details of the shops because you're looking around to, you know, find these things. And of course, the trees are much easier to find than like a scarecrow or a Little Boo. But it's a tribute to the park's histories and their attractions and their fandoms. Like over in MIB, they have a MIB tree in the gift shop, and it's a big tribute to Dave Cobb and his team's, you know, stuff that they did for that. Like they have props in the tree that are like copies of or replicas of what's in the ride, like some of those training targets. And then like there's an alien tentacle with a blaster and stuff in the tree.
Shout out Dave Cobb. We love you, Dave Cobb.
Yes, shout out Dave Cobb. We love Dave Cobb. What a guy. What a guy.
And Skipper Haas, who worked on the
Skipper
tree.
Haas. Yes, Skipper Haas was part of the design team for it. There's also like a tree in the main Universal store that is built around a nutcracker soldier. It's really impressive. And there's, you know, different representational things in the trees. Like that tree, like it's supposed to be like representational of like the community and stuff. Like there's like a gay nutcracker in there, and there's some other things in there too. It's just a really fun thing. It's like $12. You get a free ornament out of it. Well, it's free with the $12. So you can say, hey, I bought a $12 ornament and I got the scavenger hunt out of it, or you pay for the scavenger hunt and you get a free ornament out of it, or, you know, two for the price of one. That's how I look at it. But it's always so fun to see all the things that they do. They have trees in JP, Jurassic Park, Marvel, Seuss, of course. You can't not have a tree in Seuss. They're half the Christmas event. Potter doesn't have any, and they're more scattered in studios, but I still love doing it. And the part of the fun is a puzzle where you go in and you look for this number or one of Earl's friends in the trees. So like this ornament character, Earl himself, or what have you, is holding like a letter or a number, and then you use this code breaker on your map, and then you fill in that space on your map, and then it comes up with the secret message. They're usually really easy. This one was slightly trickier, and I appreciated that. I like that they're improving or making it more fun for me personally.
I love these things. I didn't even mention, just to go back to Disney super quick, then I promise we'll stay on Universal, but I did the Olaf hunt this year with my nieces and nephews, which was a really fun thing to do. And that one is like $10 or $12. I think it was $10. And you get a cookie cutter this year, and you get to pick one, which is cute, as your little prize. So I just wanted to say that I love these kind of like scavenger hunt type things. Obviously, the tree stroll was a free one. Usually the ones in the parks are like between $10 and $15. I think Universal personally knocks it out of the park. Like Disney, I think does a good job with them too, and it's cute. Like this one was like Olaf, and he had different like holiday things with him, and it was like cool because it went with the countries and stuff like that. But like Universal just puts so much detail into theirs during Halloween and Christmas, and I just love it. The Christmas stuff is very, very cool. I actually haven't done it yet. I don't think I'll be back there this year. Otherwise, I totally would. I have just been like, when I've been going for Universal Christmas, I've been like totally running around and like trying to get all the shows and everything done. But I just think it's so cool that they're doing that, and I love it. And I hope they continue because it's a very cute, inexpensive way to have some extra fun and get a little thing to take home. And I love it.
Yeah, I love that. And I love how, like, I've never done one, but like Adam, I know you do it every year. And I think that's so fun. Jordan, has your experience been with Universal Christmas this year?
I absolutely love Christmas, especially at Universal. I didn't get to see it the last time I was in Orlando, unfortunately, but I love Celestina Warbeck, Nothing Like a Holiday Spell, her overlay. Universal, if you're listening, I know I'm short. Please cast me. That is one of my dream roles. I beg of you. But the show is just so cute, and the fact that they wrote original like Christmas music, it's not like they just do one Christmas song and then the rest is the same. I'm pretty sure every single song she does is a Christmas song, including My Baby Got Me a Hippogriff for Christmas, Accio Christmas, Nothing Like a Holiday Spell, title track, of course. And I love the silver costumes that the Banshees are in, and then Celestina's in that gorgeous red dress. Absolutely stunning. And I love the Christmas parade too. I especially love like the sea shows and the meet and greets that the units do before the actual parade. Watching the minions run around just screaming at people is the funniest thing on the planet. I was just like standing off to the side watching one of my friends run around and be chaotic. And then two others came up to me, one of which had a very long Santa hat, and he like used it like a microphone and he like interviewed me, in which I did confirm banana. But and it's so funny because have but they have the freeze pops just like right by where the minions run around. And so kids would get the minion looking designed pop and then start licking it, and the minions would be like, Kevin, no! And just start yelling at them, and it was the funniest thing. And the Shrek Villagers, that is a must see. Their sea show is absolutely iconic, as is just the unit itself. I don't know, it's all so much fun. And I love the the Christmas parade is long, but it feels like you get to see a whole lot, which is great. I usually stand by the entrance gates when I watch any parade there, because that way, if I have friends that are on the other side for the unit, I just stay there in my exact same spot, and by the time the parade loops around, I'm on their side, so then I can cheer extra loud for them. But I just love it so much. It's so much fun.
Did you go over to Grinchmas this year?
I did not. I I know.
I
I
say that as
know.
if I still haven't been.
To be fair, you're going in 2 days, so future you, that is absolutely valid. But I I love Grinchmas too. I love the Who's running around Whoville, and just the show itself is so cute. I love those videos of the Grinch messing with the sign language interpreter on the Slick shows when they have him. It's so good. So good.
Those are so fun. I love anytime that happens. I think that's so funny. Um, I went to the Grinchmas show though.
How
Oh, it
was
was
it?
so good. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite theme park shows. I can't say it's my favorite because that's a statement to make there. There's a lot of theme park shows. It's one of my favorites. It's my favorite holiday show, I would say confidently. Haven't seen any of the Jollywood shows. I know those are very good. I love Nightmare Before Christmas. But the ones I've seen in person, that's my favorite. And I love it. It's so cute and wholesome. It makes me cry. It's amazing. The Grinch is one of my favorite movies of all time. Speaking of the Jim Carrey version, but I love the cartoon version as well. It's just fantastic. And I love Max in the show. So cute. The Grinch killed it and was amazing. As always, the singers were incredible. Martha May had the vocals. Okay. Insanely talented. I always think it's so funny that it's like Cindy Lou Who is singing like about how she's losing Christmas and like so sad and like where is Christmas, and then Martha May just struts out and is like, I feel you, Christmas, and everyone's like, yeah, and Cindy's like, all right. It's funny, it's brilliant, it's adorable. I love when they turn the tree around and it has all the lights and everything. It's just such a cute show and it'll warm your heart, especially if you're a Grinch fan. So highly recommend going to see that. It is, and make sure you get there early enough, because the first time I went, we kept getting there like right before the show would start and they were already like closed. So you want to get there, I would say 30 minutes at least before the show starts, but probably more. Yeah.
45 to an hour. It's bad. It's bad.
Yeah. I got there 45 minutes early, but we probably could have gotten there 30 minutes early. It depends though too. Like
Depends
it wasn't
on the
super
day.
busy the day we went. It was a Saturday, but for some reason it wasn't, or it might have been a Sunday actually. But anyway.
Grinchmas is just like the best offering that Universal does. It is like, it's just like, I'm just basically repeating what you two said. It is the greatest thing ever. I bawl my eyes out every single time I see it. Like there are days last year when I lived up in Orlando so I could go regularly, I just watched Grinchmas all day, and every show, right when Cindy starts singing Where Are You Christmas, I just start sobbing every time. It's just like the best, and like the end, it's just so emotional and it's so good. But what isn't good about Grinchmas are the 200-minute plus wait times to meet the Grinch. Now that is awful, and it's
I blame
so
TikTok.
sad. I wholeheartedly blame TikTok because I have not met this man since January 1st, 2021. It is, come on, segue. It is almost 2024. I would like to meet the Grinch and give him a friendship bracelet. That's all I want. That's it. I'm not rolling up to Universal at 6 a.m. What?
I am a part of the Universal pass holder page because I am a pass holder there, and people are mad and salty about this. Wait, it's
like,
wild.
They could have brought, like, the virtual queue that they've done the past few years has also sucked because you had to be on property to get it, and it opened at like 7 a.m. It sucked, but like they need to like get some pointers from Disney on their virtual queue or something, because it needs to be more accessible to meet the Grinch. It's just crazy. I've seen 500, 600-minute picture. Like, it's just, it shouldn't be this difficult.
It's also worth pointing out, whatever your opinion may be on this, but you can't get like a return time to meet a character, which I understand why. But at the same time, it makes it really difficult for people with disabilities to meet these characters as well. And I don't know what the correct answer is for that, because I get it that doing return times can make it complicated as well. But it's just so frustrating. And it's like, I understand why they don't do that for characters that have like a regular line, but this is like insane. I feel like there needs to be like a virtual way to sign up or something so that people aren't standing in these 200, 500 minutes. I mean, they've gotten crazy. It was 300, I think, the day that I was there. The lowest I saw it was like 120. And I see these people with small children, people that had mobility issues, like just waiting in these lines. And I'm like, this looks awful. It looks like a nightmare. And I hope they had a nice experience, because can you imagine, like, you go through and then, you know, you don't get whatever the experience was you were hoping for. I mean, I think most people are very happy with the experience you have, but this poor man is like doing this all day. All day. I don't know how many Grinches there are, but it can't be more than a handful in a day. Like, that's a lot of people, and just like you don't get much of a break there. So it's
I
just
mean,
like
he's part of the
insane.
breakfast too. And if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, I think they set up, at least for one day, like a special meet and greet for pass holders or whatever. So
Yeah,
he's already like,
he'll pop into pass holder lounge a couple times,
yeah.
but like
Yeah, as a former person that worked attractions and had to deal with return times and lightning lane and regular lines, this makes me want to die. Like, I wouldn't put it past them to kind of up the weight at least on like paper, so that way it kind of discourages people from getting in line. But as a performer too, I know the flip side of like I have X amount of people to get through in a certain amount of time, but and it sucks because you either have to completely cut it short and not give quality, or you give quality and you stay longer. And me personally, and it sounds like this is the case for the Grinch too, I would always give quality because people are going to remember that versus, you know, being angry of like, oh yeah, I waited the full 300 minutes in line and he said like 2 words to me.
I mean,
Right.
Jordan, you were there when I met the Grinch in 2021. You saw how like excited and overwhelmed and like
Mm-hmm.
happy I was. Like
Yeah.
it shouldn't be this difficult.
I know. I thought that way was very clever because it was still coming out of COVID. So the fact that we still got to meet him, but they still kept the performer safe and gave like us a nice way to see him and take a picture with him. I thought that
Mhm.
was very well done
I'm
for the
still
time.
salty I never took a selfie though, that we just took a picture on like the universal camera and then like never got the picture.
Yeah, nobody
I'm
bought it.
still sad we did. I'm still sad I didn't take like a selfie. I would have if I knew I wasn't gonna meet him. But you know, who knows? Maybe next year it'll change. Maybe next year it'll be better.
I do like though that the Who's walk around like between sets of the show. I think that's really cute, and they like interact with people, and
It's the best.
it's nice when you can get a wandering experience because that doesn't happen a lot in like the parks, especially Disney. But you know, sometimes you'll see wandering characters at Universal, but some of the characters get so mobbed that it's like, you know, like you can't just have Spider-Man walking around, for example.
Yeah.
So I love it, like when I see like Doc Brown and stuff, because oh, my heart. But this was like cool that there's like a group of them that wander around and stuff and talk to people and sing and funny antics. Also, speaking of Grinch, the Grinch sugar cookies, I understand the hype. They are incredible. They are so good. I've gotten them twice this year.
What makes them so good? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Have you had them?
No.
They taste like they almost taste like cake batter, but it's the consistency of like a chewy cookie. They're like cake batter sugar cookies or something. I don't know. They're good. The little heart is like a cinnamon heart, which is good too. But they're like the texture is hard to explain. It's incredible.
They look great.
It sounds
They're
like
so
something
good.
I would get. I only got the Grinch heart bomb. So
Yeah.
that cookie does sound very yum yum yum.
Is it only in Seuss Landing?
Only in Seuss Landing. It's at a specific stand.
It's at the ice cream stand, right?
It's at the ice cream stand, exactly. So it's at that stand. It doesn't open till like 11 o'clock either. Like I kept wanting
Weird
them at like 9
hours.
a.m. Yeah,
I
the
remember
hours were
last year because I
weird.
tried to get one last year and I walked up the minute after it closed and there was no one in there. I was like,
Oh,
okay. But
they're so good though. And they come in a 2-pack and they're in a little plastic thing. So you can always get them and eat them later if you wanted to.
heard.
But it's only like $3.50 for a 2-pack of them. And they are like thin cookies, kind of. But like one was plenty for me. So both times I got it, I split it with someone. I could have eaten 2, but it probably wouldn't have been the best choice.
Yeah. But
See, as long as they compare to those Pillsbury dough cookies that have the like pre-printed snowman or Buddy the Elf hats on them that you find at like Walmart or whatever, count me in because those have no business being as good as they are.
Personally, I
correct.
think they're better, and I love those cookies.
I will
That's a hot
definitely
take right
Good to
there.
know.
I might have to try these when I'm there this weekend.
You should
But
bring me home one.
I will.
Other things you can try too, though. Oh,
No,
sorry.
you go.
It sounded like you're about to do a segue, and
I
I was
was.
also going to do a segue. Oh, where were you segueing?
I was gonna say Seuss Landing is the only place where you can get some festive treats. There's the holiday tribute store.
We were going the same way.
Our minds. Our minds are so big and powerful.
Yes, they are.
But yeah, the holiday tribute store. The holiday tribute store this year is a shipping and like postal service building, which I think is pretty cute. My favorite room that I've seen. I'm gonna try and make time to pop over there on when I'm there, but I might just have time for Grinchmas, so I might have to prioritize that. I love the Grinch room. The little post office with the Grinch like the mask on the ground. I love that. Hold
It's
on.
so cute. The Grinch rooms were my favorite rooms in the tribute store.
No, it looks so cute. Have you guys gone?
Yeah, my personal favorite is the Earl room, but also that first room has like 100 Easter eggs from Parks history. There's like
Really?
mail shoots going to like World Expo, which I'm like, wait, you guys actually believe in that name still? Right on. Production Central, Minion Avenue, like, and but also like Marvel Superhero Island and Lost Continent and Toon Lagoon, and they've got old maps. They've got letters to Quint of Amity Boat Tours, and all of
Wait,
that,
that's so
and Back to the
cute.
Future references. Like, it's wonderful. I love it. It's the, I mean, next to JP30, the Jurassic Park tribute store, like this is the best use of space that they've used because it doesn't feel like the old Passholder Lounge anymore. It's always felt like the old Passholder Lounge the past couple times they've used the Hollywood store as the tribute store. This year it feels completely transformed, and I'm really impressed with what they've done. But there's like 1.5 rooms of Earl the Squirrel, and there's
God.
like pictures that Earl has photoshopped himself in, as well as many of his friends, including Gerg the llama, Pearl the squirrel, and Daryl the squirrel, my personal favorite.
Spelling?
Daryl the squirrel.
DARYL the SQUARRAL.
Oh, so like squirrel.
Yeah, Daryl the squirrel.
Daryl the squirrel.
Daryl the squirrel. If in case you're wondering who's my favorite of the Earl family of characters, it's Daryl the squirrel. But yeah, and this is like an original character based on like behind the scenes lore of a squirrel that would go up into the Macy's tree, chew the lights behind, backstage, and then like all the lights would go out, and then they found a squirrel, and then like that's Earl the squirrel. It became something for fans to find in the tree, and now he's an icon, and I love that, and I love that they've dedicated the store to this character, as well as Orlando International Airport, the Universal store in there, to this character. I love it. Also, the macarons. Love those macarons in the tribute store, which you can find in the Grinch room.
They're very good.
Grinch room. I just want to go see the mask on the floor and the little envelopes. Like
Honestly, you can go in and out there.
Yeah, I could. I might just zoom in. I might.
You should. You get the zoomies over on in.
I might.
Pop in after the parade.
That room's only what, like the second one, right? So it's not far in.
Yeah, it's right after Potter.
Well, I have to leave. I'm leaving in the afternoon, so I'm planning on just doing a bunch of Grinchmas, and then
Consider an
leaving.
extension. It's still Grinch.
I know. I'm thinking about it. I'm really thinking about it. I might have to do that.
Then do
That's
Minion Blast
wonderful.
for the first
I love
time.
the details.
I could do Minion Blast for the first time. What else is going on at Universal for the holidays?
Well, they also have more holiday menus. So if you want some savory goodness, that's over in Battery Park, which is right across from Mel's. If you're really dying for a Mel's cheeseburger, they have that, but they also have like a holiday sandwich, like more like Thanksgiving-y. That's an adjective. They have that. They have a vegan BLTA. They've got other things. I haven't had any this season, but I enjoyed what I've gotten in the past. They've also got Voodoo has something special. Today Cafe has something special. San Francisco Pastry Co. By Richter's that has some special pastries. A lot of sweet stuff. So make sure you go into the app and check all the things. But that's something else that they're doing. And they also have the New Year's Eve City Walk event. If you're going to be there on New Year's Eve, parks close at midnight. But yes, we also can't forget, again, the Magic of Christmas Hogwarts Castle light show. Did anyone here see that?
I did. It was beautiful. So I was able to go right at the end of the night, the last show, and it was beautiful. I loved it. I have seen it before, I think, but it's been a long time. And I highly recommend seeing it. It takes about 15 minutes or less, maybe like 13 minutes. It's very close to 15. And you get lined up there. Make sure you're not like in the walkway, because there were a lot of people that would try to stop in the walkway. Make sure you're like standing in the correct section, which is over by the stage over there. But it was gorgeous. I had such a good time. I don't even know what to say. The ending is always beautiful. There's some fireworks at the end there, just brief ones. But the projections are just so fun and Christmassy. They have the Yule Ball. Is that what it's called? I haven't seen the movies in so long. And that scene with the iconic pink dress, of course. And then they have like a Christmas tree. They put all these gorgeous lights. It's just so fun. Did anyone else see it this year? It's really cute. And the music is good.
I've never actually seen any of the shows that have been on Hogwarts Castle. I really would like to, though. They look beautiful.
You should. The projections are fun. It's just a nice, quick way. I'd recommend the last show of the night personally, because it wasn't super crowded because it was right at the end of the night and people are trying to run on like, Velocicoaster and Hagrid's. But I will say, if you're trying to ride Hagrid's after, I think for everything except for the last show, they redirect you through Jurassic Park area and you have to walk all the way around. So just keep that in mind, because I know the team member I spoke with when we were chatting at the beginning of the show said that people were getting upset about that, because we did have a return time and it was like, we were getting on it minutes before, but she was like, you'll be able to walk through that way since it's the last show. But like before we were redirecting people, and she's like, people got really mad. And I was like, I wouldn't have gotten really mad because it would have not been anyone's fault, but that is frustrating if you don't know. So just keep that in mind when you're planning. But it was lovely and it's definitely worth seeing if you have time.
And as Jordan mentioned earlier, Celestina Warbeck does have a special overlay on her own. I haven't seen it, but I know everyone, including yourself, has said the most beautiful things about that show.
It's so good.
I need to see it. I'm going again right before New Year's Eve, so I'm going to try to convince my brother, like, hey, let's go see Celestina. But Blues Brothers is also doing a special overlay right now. And the Frog Choir over at Hogsmeade, they're doing a special holiday version as well. Some other shows might be, but I'm not as aware. But if y'all know, definitely let me know.
I knew the Blues Brothers had one, but I didn't realize the Frog Choir had one too. That's cute.
Yeah.
I didn't see the Frog Choir one this year, but I had a friend who did the Frog Choir. Gosh, it was probably like 7 years ago now. So I'm sure it's a little bit different, but I used to do a cappella. Maybe it wasn't that long ago. I forget how long it's been since I was in college, probably about 7 years, but it was so much fun. And they just do like all kinds of fun songs. Like they do We Wish You a Merry Christmas and things like that with the frogs, and it's cute. And they do specific like witchy, like Harry Potter themed songs and stuff too, which is fun.
I think we covered everything.
I think that's it for stuff. I do have a creator spotlight.
Oh yes, creator spotlight. We're trying to be bringing this back. Who are you spotlighting today, Miss Kelly Hoffman?
So this is a fun one. This is actually somebody that I found on TikTok, and they are an author. So I wanted to talk about them now. His name is Luke Swan, and he wrote a book that I think is really, really cool. You may hear this after Christmas time, but personally, I always end up reading Christmas books in January too, just because like there's too many Christmas books I want to read and I don't want to wait an entire year. But it's a Christmas book that is recommended for fans of the Muppet Christmas Carol movie, which is a masterpiece, Clue, Only Murders in the Building, Agatha Christie, and the Hallmark Channel. And it is called Curtains on a Christmas Carol. And it's a very cute book. I've started it. It's a cozy Christmas mystery. It's short, so you can finish it like quickly, get those reading goals at the end of the year or at the beginning of the year, get them started. Anyone who's on Goodreads, you can follow me on there, by the way. It's in my Instagram bio. But yeah, he has 965 followers on TikTok, so go check him out. He's a small creator, Luke Swan 33.
It looks like a playbill. It's also free on
like
Kindle.
A playbill.
It's free on Kindle Unlimited. Kindle
It
Unlimited.
is free on Kindle Unlimited, and I think it's only a few bucks if you're buying it too. But free on Kindle Unlimited. So go check it out. You can get a paperback. You can get it on Kindle. It just looks really great. I've started it, and the beginning of the book has it's like in a playbill where it talks about people being in other like plays and everything like that. So it'll list all the characters so you can like reference them as you're reading. And I just laughed so hard because one of them was like, he can't wait to be back after playing tree number 3 in the last musical. Like something like silly like that. It's just so good. And it's a cozy murder mystery that is for the theater kids and the Christmas girlies, gender neutral. And it's wonderful. I've only just started it because I found it literally the other day. So I can't tell you much except for that I've heard wonderful reviews on Goodreads about it. The author seems like a lovely person. Disney fan, Taylor Swift fan. We love to see it. Theater fan, obviously.
I cannot wait to look into this. This looks awesome.
Yeah, and I've wanted to do a creator spotlight for a book that's like a small author, and so I'm glad I finally found one that's on theme.
You sold me on the description alone. Like, you were like, Muppets Christmas Carol, and the second you said the name, I like whipped out my phone to look it up.
I saw that and I loved that so much.
Yeah, I cannot wait to read that.
Yeah,
That sounds awesome.
I already started it and I can't wait to finish this book. I know I'm gonna finish it in like a day as soon as I'm done working. Like, I'm off on Friday. I'm probably gonna finish it on Friday. I am so excited.
Slay.
It looks so fun. I'm reading more of the description too. It'll probably be January for me, but it'll be a fun way to start out the new year and finally actually do my Goodreads goals, because it's taunting me right now. I don't appreciate it, but this looks fun.
I feel that.
Yep. So support indie authors.
Yes. Slay. Well, I think that wraps us up for this episode and for 2023. What a year. Theme Park Workshop fam. Slay.
Yeah, congrats on being on our final show of the year,
Yes.
Jordan.
Yay!
Thank you. I literally, like I told you guys before we started recording, so happy to be here. You guys single-handedly got me through living in New York because nobody speaks fluent theme park up there. So I was like, this is amazing that everyone knows what they're talking about. I love the HHN episodes. Like I said, best $5 I've ever spent a month on Patreon. You guys are amazing. Thank you for having me.
Of
Yes,
course.
definitely.
And
We want you back.
yes, whenever.
Let's pick a date. Let's go. I'm here for it.
I
Jordan,
would
where
love
can the
that.
people of Theme Park Workshop find you on social media?
Most active on Instagram, so that is going to be jordan.buster. I have a TikTok too, but I don't really use it, and I don't think the username is anything unique. It might be the same, so good luck trying to find me on there. But mostly Instagram, so feel free to pop by and say hello.
Slay. And then Adam, where can the people find you at?
You can find me on Twitter at AdamJ_film. As Jordan said, we do have the Patreon. I run that show over there. You can join us at patreon.com/themeparkworkshop. Got different tiers. Go on, check it out. Jordan highly recommends it. So, I mean, that's a pretty high recommendation, I gotta say. So, yeah, go ahead and check it out. We got bonus episodes if you're $5 tier or higher.
Slay. And Kelly, where can they find you at?
You can find me on Twitter. It's still Twitter at killer_Kells with an S. And you can find me on Instagram, kels.hoff. And I am also running the Theme Park Workshop Instagram. Theme Park Workshop is the username. Same username on TikTok. I'm on there as well. Message me anytime. Instagram is the best to chat with me because TikTok messages and notifications are weird. But come check us out. Bella, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at FlynnRidersNose. You can find me on Twitter at my Twitter, which is at Bella Harvey with 2 Y's. I always forget if it's 2 or 3. Anyway, you can find me there. And I'm also on the Theme Park Workshop Twitter, which is at Workshop TP. Slay. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas. Merry Crisis.
Merry Christmas. May your New Year dreams come true.